What's up, ladies and gents? Back at it again in Madden NFL 2004. I have a couple of these videos made just in my free time. I've just spent it more so being like, hey, I've been busy at work and whatnot. I just want to play video games. I'm just going to record a ton of shit. And then now I'm just making my rounds with literally now audio recording on top of it. Going up against the New York Giants. We saw it last time against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was close for comfort, let's just say that. But right there, Chiefs against the Texans, we see Johnson, Rookie of the Year, ends up helping lead the Texans team to the playoffs. Who would have thought that? 2003, of all times, technically 2004, because that's the playoff scheduling is always after the year that the season begins. But hey, we're in the Big Apple, fellas, and Eli Apple has not been shitty for the New York Giants yet. No, I'm pretty sure he was in middle school or shit like that. But here we go. New York Giants at home going up against our... See Tom Coughlin right there. He's spitting up a storm to the ref. You're going to see that fart-smelling face just like a Bill Cowher on the sideline. But Cornelius Griffin is going to be an important player for this game. I know Javon Curse is out. We're going to need to take advantage of a strong guy. Strong, athletic, pretty quick defensive tackle for our team. Cornelius Griffin, a guy that he's the first dude ever gotten 7 points with. Gotten gold on all Madden when it came to the mini camp drills, and especially in that drill, the 4, whatever it was. But T.J. Duckett, a guy that ends up, he was already slow, but his career slows down later on, making slight impact early of his career. Around this time, he's starting running back for this team. Looking at Flowers, most likely time, but you got Warren Sapp on the other side of the ball on this Giant. Something's got hit. I think this Giants team is not good as us on paper. However, though, it doesn't really matter because our defense just sucking balls. Been sucking balls. Mr. Holcomb ends up getting a penalty thrown on his offense, and what was already a dead play from the beginning is the tackle immediately after the catch. It's going to actually 10 yards back. 2nd and 2 becomes 2nd and 12. 3rd and 12 later on after an incomplete pass. It's going to be ended by Chris McAllister, and bam, baby. We've started this game off, boom, baby, with a boom. Chris McAllister, wonderful for the Baltimore Ravens throughout the years, and he's showing it only for us, a team that's been extremely porous just in general, but especially through the air. Way too many blocks coming in. I thought that was a screen for a second because of how pissed poor the pass blocking was. Going to lead to a sack by Williams. I thought that was almost a fumble. That would have been sick, but Marc Bulger ends up hitting his man Donald Driver. So right away, the momentum hit for this offense. We're working well. What's going to give? Nothing. Marc Bulger just way too much time on his hands. Should have been able to get rid of it, but LT, thank God I called that guy. Because it's a first down. LT starting to make things move. Hakeem does not, it ends up making it a nightmare. It's not Hakeem. Jay Feely later on after that incompletion. As I'm trying to set up this field goal. Perfectly done. Jay Feely is going to nail it right down the middle. Gonna make it 10-0. 3-point scored by the offense. That's the nice thing when your defense starts doing shit right here. Antoine Randall L. They're not using as a reverse pass. No, dude's freaky. Freaky fast. Ends up beating Chris McAllister, one of the better backs around this time. Off the fly route, going to lead to a first down the field later on after a piss poor blocking performance by this line. Play, it's going to be out to Johnson. However, though, it will lead to a field in which, at this point, I got realistic sliders. Not many times are these kickers going to make all these big-ass kicks like you normally get, but Jeremy Shockey, huge catch. Unfortunately, no touchdown on that one, even though it was man-on-man at that point on that play. I was hoping he can tackle maybe a stiff one out in the open, but hey, first down's first down. But LD gets a fumble on this play. Gets recovered, though, by one of the best offensive lines in football. And as I say that, this just gets bum right up the middle. I think it's Warren Sapp on the back. And then a pass out to Brian Finneran. Dude's terrible at catching. You see it on that play for sure. But Jay Feely, Mr. Automatic, it seems, as of late, adds 3 more points to the board. 13-0 with roughly 8 minutes left here in the half. T.J. Duckett. It's pretty much how you're going to have to attack this guy to tackle him in the open field, as it goes straight for his legs. Because there's no way you're going to get this guy. And speaking of no way of getting someone, Tony Gonzalez is just bombed at the biggest game. Don't worry, it's Tony Gonzalez. He will show you more highlights as well. Later, T gets roughly 5 or 6 yards on that run. 3rd and 6 later on in the drive. 6.5 minutes left in the second. And it's going to lead to not a sack. It looked like a fumble to me, honestly, but a penalty on this one. And it should be holding by bowler. Tommy Wade, he's the weakest link. Always gets penalties. Somehow a Pro Bowler. Please explain that to me. Fucking no. But Brian Finneran, he annoys the shit out of me, but he's nice plays right here. But this is more annoying than anything. I thought Jerry Mishaki was the first down line. However, not going to good field position early in a football game. Even if we have good momentum, we're up 13-0. Just don't want to ruin it. So screw it. Not going to do that. Learned that too many times trying to run fullback on 4th and inches. Guys just destroy. I can't destroy it like my grammar and my pronunciation right now. But Mr. Williams marches his way on in, pretty much unscathed for a nice sack. And then Curtis is right there, so I should have swatted it. Again, it just seemed like the ball went through his body literally, and then TJ Duck just absolutely murks Ed Reed on that play. Big run, and it's starting to seem like this Jaguars last. Up by what? Nearly, it was 14 points last time. It's 13 this time. Again, you know what I mean? It's just, you get those weird feelings. Al Wilson right there gives it up to Tony Gonzalez. I'm pretty sure it was man coverage, and Al Wilson gets smoked. Al Wilson, yet in his badass stage, it's the early badass stages with the Denver Broncos. So he's going to be able to carry to himself like Madden NFL 2005, 6, 7. Wilson out of Florida, but it is what it is. As Tony Gonzalez, you don't expect many linebackers. Maybe Julian Peterson could hand Tony Gonzalez when it comes to coverage, but Marc Bulger should be trying to get rid of it. Nope. Sidestep way out. It's going to lead to actually the clock stopping on the dime, but it is what it is because Donald Driver runs fly routes beautifully and can out-jump a decent amount of guys as well. Nice pocket maneuvering right there. Saw that sidestep my way over past LT with a nice protection that play as that guy was about to sack the living shit out of Mr. Bulger. But a pass out to Jeremy Shockey on 3rd and 18. It's a no-go. 13-7 now, but Howard is talking all great praise for Jay, feeling that I mess it up that one. However, though, we are going to get the ball first in this half. And there, the man's loose. The man is loose. And it's Jeremy Shockey. 5 speed, that huge 260 pound frame. Then Brian Finneran down the field. Again, that's the nice thing. He's not going to be able to catch many balls. Finneran's going to be able to get up in the air compared to a lot of, 6'4", huge body. And not only that, he's going to be able to leap over a lot of guys as well. But Andrew, thank God that Soprano's cousin was to get the ball on that fumble for the Giants. And then unfortunately that's going to lead to a last minute first down. That's how it rolls, right? Get a 2nd and 18, 2nd and 18 and 18 is going to lead to a first down later on. And speaking of downs, huge play by Tony Gonzalez. This is a game. I mean, we had a touchdown the last drive, but still 20-7, 4th and 5, long kick. We saw the miss earlier, but it's just not going to happen twice. Barely through, but hey, it doesn't really matter. Close. He makes it. Who gives a shit how close it was? Not. But here we go. Bulger later on in the drive. Big pass to Brian Finneran. Seemed like he almost put on the Jets. If it was anybody else, and ironically enough, Tom the Jets when it's the New York Giants, but anybody else, Hakeem, that's a touchdown. Get down the field. But nice little pass right there. 3rd and 2. Mr. Stecker is going to march his way down inside of the 25-yard line. And then Jeremy Shockey all alone. Not really. He's by himself with the safety. Just the size advantage is going to do right there. 27-10 point, I believe. 27-10 at this point. There's 8 minutes left. Seeing a lot of passing success. Well, obviously on the Giants side of the ball, but really on our side finally as well. Lots of yards through the air, but no interceptions or whatnot. But getting another first down as Hulk is moving this offense downfield. TJ Duck now a little change of pace in the call. It's going to do a halfback draw on 8 yards to set up a later first down on the drive. 5 left in this one, 27-10, but TJ Duckett. It's kind of like the Barlow pass right there, but hey, fortunately it's not like the Jaguars. This is again another that, and then Tony Gonzalez shit pops up. Now that's Mr. Andruzzi saved the day earlier, but nothing having right here. And then Marc Bulger going to pass it out to Jeremy. What a catch. What a catch. And look at the big fella keep on going. Roughly 30 yards or so, maybe 40 on pass completion. And this team just continues to put it on right here. Nice passing performance by Marc Bulger. Again, a lot of these guys involved with offense in the Pro Bowl are on the pass side. And what a move by LT. No way Warren Sapp's going to catch up to him. This is not the Oakland Raiders of 2002. It's going to lead a nice touchdown run by LaDainian Thompson. And Tony Gonzalez catch is going to lead to plenty of yards down the field. 4th and 5 later on in the drive. Holcomb to set it up, and it's going to be picked off by DeBucky Jones. That's the name, DeBucky Jones. I talked about the safety for this offense, but right here, another play alert. LaDainian Tomlinson reads his block, going to get to the outside speed against these two, but unfortunately enough, a bench caught up. I thought he would have been, thought he was free right there, but it led to 100 yards on the day after that. But for the game, Chris McAllister has 8 total tackles, has that 1 pick 6. This offense is just rolling, fellas. It's right here a disappointed Tony Gonzalez, who one of the matchups we have is another Madden fantasy franchise. But for right now, let's take advantage of a nice win right here. 6-25, Dolphins lose Bengals. As you get right there, of course, the Dolphins' only 6 points come from the guy Jason Elam, who ends up getting the record for most field goals in the season. So there you go. Congratulations, your team was not going to get a playoff win if your kicker is the only one scoring points for you. 25-6, Jonathan Quinn. Don't even remember that name or anything, but Lewis must have gotten injured from Marcel Ship to come in. LJ Smith, tight end, younger, tight end around the time for the Eagles, but again, we already know the box score. That one, Chiefs against the Texans. Texans actually 7-9. The home team out of that one, mind you, with the 12-5 team, 11-5 at the time, but Tom Brady and the boys continue. It is Fred Taylor and Tom Brady. I'm pretty sure Marvin Harrison may be on this team as well, by the looks of it, but hey, still just 10-point loss for a team that's 7-9 as the rookie of the year with Larry Johnson. It's just not so bad. Not so bad with Brad Johnson. Larry Johnson at running back, Brad Johnson, but 162 yards, 2 touchdowns, did have a fumble, but still. Fred Taylor getting things done. Plaxico Burress, Marvin Harrison, Fred Taylor, Tom Brady. Yeah, it makes sense. That's the number 2 ranked off football when it comes to yardage and everything. Going to simulate that game. Redskins against Vikings. Going to be the Vikings continuing on to be 10-7. We saw both of those teams in the playoff hunt as well ahead of our Falcons team. But it appears that we had 3 within the NFC that were 9-7. But a Minnesota squad comes through. Peyton Manning in Washington, who's Vic, and the Vikings. Willis McGahee, only 9 attempts. Again, they're down most of the game. Work done. Rob Edwards and Michael Vick, all 3 get over 50 yards on the ground. No touchdowns. Hines Ward, 130 yards. Joe Horn and Hines Ward with Peyton Manning. That's an interesting trio right there. Work done. Antonio Bryant. Todd Heap and company helping aid a nice win for the Vikings team. And then on, Jesus Christ, 51-6. Torrey Holt, Marshall Falk together. That's already going to help your team, let alone a very good rookie quarterback in Byron Leftwich. Decent amount of field goals for this team as well. But hey, 21 points at the end of this game. Only 290 yards of offense. And they scored 51 points total, as it's 4 touchdown passes, only 152 yards by Byron Leftwich, 146 rushing yards, and a touchdown by Marshall Falk. I don't know any of those names besides Ed McCaffrey. Marshall Falk has almost 200 total yards game, 51 receiving yards. Torrey Holt only has 46, but a touchdown pass. This is a big enchilada right here for us. Of course, we have a better special teams than that, but their wide receivers are 95 overall rated, fellas. What do? Their offensive line's almost as good as ours. It's just the defense. Are we going to just have to score more points? How do you score more points than that? Just don't know. As always, fellas, good luck to them, and good luck.